And I want my audience to know that Brooke Hall is a registered nurse and a certified care manager, and she wants to give us some back-to-school health checklists so you can schedule your annual checkups for your children returning to school. Brooke, let's get started. Why is an annual well care child visit essential for little kids all the way up through teenage years?
Sure. So, well checkups are really a cornerstone of pediatric health, and back to school time is the best reminder to get those well child visits scheduled. We want to make sure that the immunizations are up to date, your well child visits are up to date, and it's really one of the easiest things that a parent or caregiver can do to safeguard their children's health.
Okay, so what should the parents do and know to prepare for their well child visit so that they can be prepared? So when the nurse is asking those questions, when did they have the last this and when did they have the last that, they can answer.
That's right. I highly recommend creating a list of questions, especially if you have any concerns about your child's development or their health. It's important to maximize your time with your pediatrician or doctor so that you are getting the most out of that visit. So, bringing in a list of any observations you have about your child, any concerns about their health, as well as any questions or concerns you have about the immunizations that they're scheduled to receive. Your doctor is really the best place to get that information and help give you the education needed to make sure that you are managing your child's health and creating that circle of protection that we want for our children through vaccination.
Once again, I want to remind my listening audience here in Dallas, Texas, and across the nation that Brooke Hall is a registered nurse and a certified care manager and giving you some advice that will make your life easier and your child's life better. Brooke, I know there's a lot of kids, but are there any screening age recommendations you can give us?
Sure. Usually under the age of 5, you can expect some vision and hearing screenings at a well child visit, as well as lead exposure screenings, blood anemia screening. And then as they get older and through their infancy, you'll be experiencing a doctor checking their development, both physically, making sure their language and speech is on point for where they're supposed to be in their development. Children grow rapidly, and keeping up with those well child visits really offers a way for you to maximize your child's health, catch any interventions necessary early on instead of late. And then in the teen years, you can expect the immunizations to slow down. You get those immunizations typically at about 6th grade and 16 years old so that they're keeping up and staying immunized against disease, but also making sure as they are in those teenage years, you're discussing some of the more pertinent teenage information about their health and about their development with their pediatrician.
And really quick, I'm going to take this one from Facebook. The poster wants to know, what about when kids are in daycare, which is preschool? Any recommendations available for them?
Absolutely. I think it's really important, again, to make sure that if your child has a lot of ear infections or a lot of illness, that you are bringing that up to your pediatrician, especially if you did not see the pediatrician for those cases of illness, so that your pediatrician can really track the child's health, what they're being exposed to, making sure that overall they are keeping their eyes and ears open and listening for anything that might be of concern about the child. We know daycare can sometimes come with its share of illnesses, but it's also a great opportunity for a child to learn social and physical development. So would encourage you to just keep an ongoing list of questions and make sure that you stay up to date, especially in the daycare setting with those immunizations.
And online, where can my parents go and have more support?
Yeah, parents and caregivers can check out uhc.com/children's wellness for a list of resources about how to prep for well child visits, as well as education and additional information on vaccinations.
All right, registered nurse Brooke Hall, you did a great job. Thanks for being my guest on the Valder Beebe Show.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of The Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/ValderBeebe Show. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to youtube.com/ValderBB Show and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.